else did you do cover this season, or anything that's like particularly bizarre or disturbing?
We did one on organs. The first episode of the season was organ trafficking.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That one scares the shit out of me.
It was the first episode, and it was, I think it all we all think it's a rumor, and it can't really exist, and it's a Hollywood depiction of stuff going on.
Oh, I don't think it's a rumor.
But that doesn't really exist. But when I started looking into this story, I was like, is this really a thing? And then we found out it really is a thing. So we traveled to Colombia and Mexico and here in the U.S., and we spent time filming people involved in the trade. And I think one of the most disturbing interviews I ever did was with a guy in Colombia called The Wrecker, which his name is El Deshuesador, which means the wrecker or the deboner. He takes the bones. Yeah, it's a horrible name. This is Deshuesador. And he works for the clan, and we got to him. When you watch the cocaine episode, we interviewed a commander in Colombia who was part of the cocaine trade. And it was basically through him and some other contacts that we got an interview with this guy. And it was horrible because he's telling us how he does what he does. And so much of it was so horrific that I had a hard time actually believing what he was saying.
Like, what was he saying?
How he cuts people alive, how he takes the organs. So I was asking him questions like, how exactly do you take an, if you're talking about a liver, how exactly do you take a liver from somebody? I wanted him to explain, but do you have any medical training? And again, one of the difficult things with the show that we do is corroborating what people are telling us. So with him, I kept on asking him, because it takes so long to even get this one person to talk to us. So how do we corroborate what he's saying? So I kept on asking him, exactly how do you operate on them, and how do you, and all of this is I'm very transparent about all of this. And in the show, I talk about not being absolutely 100% sure that what he's telling me is true or not. But he then showed me a video of them with a person and, some body parts, some organs coming out of. But again, it is very hard to corroborate because it could have been a dead body, and they were taking organs from a dead body, which in that case wouldn't be viable for transplant unless it had just died. So there's a lot of questions there. The video is really horrific, and we decided not to air it, even though I sort of talk a little bit about what I'm seeing, but we decided not to air the video. But it was horrible because, again, with trying to always empathize and understand why people do what they do, this one was impossible. There was no part of me that I understood what he did. And that's why it was so much disbelief. But then we find out that this trade is very much alive. And we eventually landed an interview with a doctor in Mexico who told us how he's part of the whole ordeal. And he is actually, in his case, we were able to corroborate a lot more. And he was a doctor with medical expertise. And then with a patient who had gotten one of these organs on the black market. And he looked me in the eye and he said, I know you're judging me, but what would you do? If it was you or your loved one, and you know that they would be dying. Essentially, in the U.S., there's 17 people every day that die waiting for an organ. 17 people every single day that